thought of something, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe it'll come to me.
Okay.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of the Son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father. Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father. What are you gonna do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we warn you.
You've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute. That would be the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Tom Lang.
And I'm Bill Evenson. And today we're talking about, this week, it's minute 84 of Son of Frankenstein. Now this one has, Boris Karloff in it. It's great.
It's got Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi in it.
And Basil Rathbone. That's
the three Bs.
The three Bs. Boris, Bela, Lionel, Josephine.
Lionel Batwell.
No, this is not working. Lionel Batwell. Lionel Batwell.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yikes. That's your title of your episode.
No, it is not.
Lionel Batwell. And so Wolf, still armed with a big rock.
Yep.
Is about to do something with it.
Chuck it at the napping Frankenstein.
Yep.
And Igor
enters.
Juts into the shot from screen right. And,
yeah.
You no touch him, Frankenstein.
But he doesn't say Frankenstein. He says Frankenstein. So it's just...
This is where Gene Wilder got it.
This is where Gene Wilder got the idea.
Yep.
I don't think he intended to touch him. He was going to throw that rock at his head or whatever. Yeah. He's going to throw... That'd be great if he said that. I wasn't going to touch him.
I was
going to throw a rock at his
head in. You've got me all wrong.
And he calls him Frankenstein, but I assume he's talking about the guy on the floor when he says that. No, touch him, Frankenstein. Don't touch him, Frankenstein. Yeah, assume that's what he's talking about.
No, touch him or something happens to you worse than dying.
What do you think about that?
I don't know what would be worse than dying.
So I have a theory about this, which is I'm actually pretty happy about.
Okay.
Something happening to your kid.
Mm-hmm.
And as the movie goes on, we'll see.
We'll see, yeah. Or your wife, your family, basically.
Well, I'll have to see how my theory plays out. But later on, this is a point that comes up with Wolf, his kid.
Yep.
And it surprisingly has an emotional effect on him. So yeah, to me, worse than dying would be something happened to my kid. I want to die before my kids.
Yeah.
We all want this.
What's that? Homer Simpson, children dying before you. Every parent's dream. Something like that.
It depends on the day.
Yeah, yeah. There are times.
There are times.
Being kept alive and being tortured would be pretty bad.
It's true. Absolutely, yeah.
That wouldn't be good. Having Igor trying to kiss you, I guess that would be worse than dying.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, we can marry Igor. The Frankenstein marries you. He remembers how to speak.
That would be something worse than dying.
And does the ceremony, yep.
Yeah.
Or maybe, just, making sweet love to Igor.
Sweet love.
You never know what Igor's got going on.
Igor's got a lot up his sleeve.
He usually does.
Yeah. How long has he been here? All night. Liar.
Yeah. It's rapid fire.
Yeah. I like that.
I like it because how long has he been here? All night. Is Igor's last gasp at trying to pretend
that nothing's going on.
That the whispering ghost is not laying on the floor
right.
waiting to get his head smashed in.
Bullshit!
Yes.
He was in the village. He was in the village.
You lie.
You made him kill Herr Niemuller. And then Igor finally comes clean, and I think he relishes it.
Yes. So there's a couple of things
Why
going
not?
On. Number one, he's finally just had it with Wolf.
I think so. Well,
but number two, he's the Bond villain. This is the cliche, right?
Sure.
Bond villain has to reveal their plan.
Reveal the whole plot, yeah.
The thing is, in this case, Igor's won. He wants one thing, and he wants 8 things. And he got all 8.
All 8.
He's 8 for 8. And you know what? He still tries one last gasp of, he's been here all night, fuck off. Yeah. And then he says, you lie.
Bullshit.
You had him kill Niemuller. Well, that's interesting. He doesn't mention Lang.
Because he doesn't know yet.
So he still doesn't know about Lang.
Yeah, because Krog tells him. And
this is why I'm confused. Oh, I see. So, Wolf doesn't know about Lang, but Igor knows about Lang. Yes. So this is where, theoretically, if Wolf has a tally, he would now learn about Lang.
Yeah, but I don't. He doesn't know Lang. He doesn't know the names.
Yeah, he only knows Neumuller because what's his name?
Yeah.
Frank.
Krog. Frankenstein.
Frank Frankenstein. No, because Krog told him. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good.
Yes. Why not? Neumüller kills me. 8 men say Igor hang. Now 8 men dead. All dead.
He not only relishes it, but we relish it with him because I don't know if his teeth aren't in right, but his teeth are like pointing at Wolf accusatorily. His teeth are really fucked up. He looks like shit. He looks like a really scary, awful monster.
Well, and you'll notice in the next film, Igor is back, and he does not have the teeth.
Yeah, he doesn't have the teeth.
And I think it was just because it was hard to deliver dialogue with these teeth in.
I can't imagine them making some adjustments to make things easier for Lugosi. It doesn't sound like anyone ever did that.
No, certainly not Universal.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, coming up.
I guess it depends on how fast you want your movie done.
After the next couple films that he's in, they never hired him again.
Lugosi?
Yeah, until it was a different studio.
Okay. You mean
but the current
Bud Abbott?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the current Universal, after Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, they never hired him again.
Okay.
And I've read that they blamed him for that film's failure, but that film did really well.
Okay.
His performance is absolutely awful, but it's not his fault that it's like that.
Yes.
He's wrong for the role, top to bottom, no way around that. But
we're going to spend a year talking about it. But it's definitely
his performance was eviscerated. So
it's just a series of losses. He's miscast.
Yeah,
what are you going to do? It's a misadventure on the part of everybody involved.
Pretty much.
And it turned out
except
beautiful.
Lon Chaney.
Yeah,
Lon
that's
Chaney
probably his
off,
best.
Yeah, he comes off.
Do you think that's his best?
His best Wolfman, Larry Talbot, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, he's more assured of himself as an actor, I think.
Yeah, and
he's not as creepy as he is in The Wolfman.
Right, yeah. His character doesn't do creepy shit.
Yeah.
And he's still, at least you could think of him as a romantic lead, though that doesn't really come to anything, I guess. But there's a moment where he sort of is, like for one scene. And even then it doesn't even make up the whole scene. It doesn't
go anywhere.
It's like the beginning of the scene. But you buy it, because he does seem to be sort of in good shape.
He's still in good shape, he's still healthy. And, and that deteriorates.
Handsome.
That deteriorates pretty quickly.
Yeah. We're talking about a guy who hasn't even entered the film series yet. But he'll be with us soon enough.
He'll be, every other film going forward.
Yeah, so when I say this is going to become a Wolfman podcast, it's really going to become a Lon Chaney Jr. podcast.
Yeah.
And soon.
Yep.
Because after this, we're going to do Ghost of Frankenstein. We're not going to do The Wolfman.
No, I don't think so.
All right. We can still do it the other way if we change our mind. We could do Ghost and then still do The Wolfman. Because aren't they? Yeah. Don't we assume they take place at roughly the same time?
About right around the same time, yeah.
Although there are reasons that you could make it either way. You could make Wolfman take place well before.
No, I think that's contemporary to 41.
That's the problem. It looks like it is.
Yeah. Anyway, you crazy fool.
Yeah, Wolf seems surprised.
Yeah, he does.
But is he surprised that Igor admits it? Because he can't be surprised
that this has happened.
Maybe he's surprised, but maybe that is the point of all this. He was so blinded by it. He can't believe it. He's like, really?
Yeah, but...
You killed Neumüller? Aw, man.
No, Wolf says that. You had him kill Neumüller. Like, he knows it.
And then he admits it, and then he says...
He's like, boy, you crazy fool.
Like he's surprised by it. He's either surprised he admitted it...
Yeah, that I think...
Or it's like when Elsa says... almost accuses Wolf of making a monster.
Making a Frankenstein, you mean.
Yeah, of making a Frankenstein, a la Peter. And so then but then she doesn't believe it.
No.
There's a lot going on. This movie's very sophisticated.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I also really just sort of like, you crazy fool! Because it's no matter what the particulars are, everything has completely fallen apart. And maybe that's what it is, actually. It's now definitively stated there's no way he can pretend that Neumüller fell down. Did you hear Putin fell down and shit his pants? I'm not lying. He fell down the stairs and shit his pants.
Perfect.
And someone posted that on Twitter, and I'm like, I don't get the joke. And then there's a news story. He fell down the stairs and shit his pants.
That is fantastic.
So this is really old news by now,
Well,
but
still, that just made
7 weeks ago, Putin fell down.
that
and
just
shit his
made
pants.
my day.
It's nice to know that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he can't pretend that it hasn't gone down. I mean, he had to suspect.
Well, I think he
Obviously with
suspected all
Benson.
along
Yeah.
when he's informed that Neumüller was killed. When Benson goes missing, I think he suspects it. Now this is probably confirmation.
Yeah. And I guess he's also upset because on some level, he apparently thought that he and Igor were on the same page.
Yeah. He's like, didn't I tell you not to let him leave?
You got to keep him here always. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought we had
he's-
this figured out.
He's
This
hurt that
very-
Igor didn't listen to him.
Yeah,
You know.
I guess so. We had a good thing going here.
What
You
happened?
and I were both.
What happened,
you
man?
know,
It used to be about
what
the
happened,
music.
man?
It used to be about the
It
music.
used to be about the Frankenstein. All right. And I guess there you go. It's backed up. Is this the next thing he says? What's the next thing?
He
now?
says if Krog finds him here, he'll kill him.
Then he won't be any
He
good
won't
to
be good to either of us.
So, okay, first of all,
There's a lot there,
yeah, would Krog kill him?
probably.
Yeah, I think he probably would.
Or try to. I mean, it's
But like
pretty
if
hard.
Krog came down the
Came down
ladder
this-
one-handed, and then came around the corner, and then would he pick up that rock?
I think he would try to shoot him.
Yeah, there's good reason to think that.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we know.
Would Elsa pick up the rock?
we know doesn't do any good because he's got 6 bullets in his heart.
That's true. Was it 6?
I don't know.
I thought it was like 3.
35 bullets in his heart.
The man's mostly bullets. He's more bullet than man. Oh boy. So the
Okay.
episodes get better as we get punchier, or do they get worse?
I don't know. What time is it?
Yeah, it's like 9.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3:00 now. Or 3:15. We've been doing this since 11 a.m. You do the math.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
We suffer for our Patreons, and
And now it's your turn.
yeah,
as a listener.
now it's your turn. Yes. Okay.
All right.
So here's the other thing, and I don't know why I even wrote this because I think it's obvious, but he says if Krog finds him, he'll kill him. Then he won't be any good to either of us. And my first thought, I don't even know why I wrote this, is what good is he to Wolf? Well, I wrote, what good is he to Wolf? Does he truly believe that resurrecting Frankenstein is going to make people love him? And I guess in a way that's
I think
right.
that's what he thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only people would listen to me.
Yeah.
Just trust me. I've got this all figured out. If you would quit killing people, we could have a really cool thing going on here. And that's
chicks all over you.
yeah. That's just picturing Wolf and Igor at clubbing. Could have been. Could have been.
Yeah.
But you had to.
You had to go.
You had
and,
to get revenge.
You had to go and burst all those hearts.
The thing about it is too, and since this is sort of the denouement, no, that's not the right word, but it's the end of that
subterfuge.
It's that's the word I was going. What's the word that Shatner says wrong in that commercial? Sabotage.
Sabotage.
No, he says, yes, all dead, and it's very effective. Kind of. I hope we didn't gloss over that.
Igor's definitely taunting him with that.
Yes. Well, and taunting the world. He's won.
He won, yeah.
Yeah, and so, Wolf is now just expressing disappointment.
Yeah.
We could have had...
I thought we were friends.
Yeah. Oh, you were... We had a special thing going.
And you had to go and burst
You had
all
to
those
go
hearts.
and... Yeah.
Oh, well.
What are you going to do? And then he walks away. That's not what
it is.
Yeah. Well, honestly, if Krog finds him, he'll kill him. Then he won't be of any good to either of us. So there's still a chance. Right? He's not saying, look what you've done. It's ruined.
It's fucked up.
Now let's kill him.
Yeah.
He's saying...
Yeah, there's still a chance.
We still have to do... Listen, when I said keep him here, I meant it. So can we please get back on track and keep him here? That's really where he's going with this.
Well, he is, but then he ruins it. But get out of here. If I find you hanging around here again, I'll...
No, that's weird because it's off screen. You don't see him say it, right? Isn't it all off screen?
It's off of him on Igor.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
You think it was added later?
No, it makes perfect sense here, but it's just weird that you don't see him say it. Yeah.
And maybe hanging around is a poor choice of words to use.
Yeah, true. Yeah, quit hanging around. I mean, he was hanging around at one point, but now it's a little more nefarious.
Yeah.
He's not just guilty of what's the word where you're just hanging around?
Squatting.
No, I meant like in front of the gas station.
Oh, loitering.
Loitering. He's not just guilty of loitering. Yeah. Quit hanging around, goddammit.
Get off my property.
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Igor is like, nope.
Nope.
He's mine. He no belong to you. You go away, not me.
Yeah, so it's very childish.
But I mean, Igor does have squatter's rights because he's been there long before Wolf got there. Because they threw him in there.
I don't know how squatter's rights works.
I don't know if that's a legal thing.
If
or
you
not.
own a castle and you've been maintaining it, you know what I mean? I guess we still don't know. But
we don't know.
Did someone live there? But I guess the other side of it is we know so little. We still don't know if Henry didn't live there last week.
Yeah, and I don't know if squatter's rights is a legal thing or.
Yeah, true. Well, I think it is.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Not here. Not at your house,
not
apparently.
here.
That's what you keep telling me. But
I'm trying to be nice.
I understand that, but some people you just.
Yeah.
But no, he's mine. He knows to belong to you. You go away, not me. Is very childish sounding, but it's also.
But it's very Igor.
Effective. It's very Igor.
It's very Igor.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is his declaration.
Yeah.
You go away.
Yeah.
Fuck,
fuck
you go away. You and your fucking little mop-haired brat. Elsa can stay, but the rest of you gotta get out.
Go. Amelia, Benson's already taken care of.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, don't need to worry about him anymore. We won't see him no more.
It goes to a wide shot, and the rock has disappeared. You don't hear or see it being put down, so it just sort of disappears. Just a little continuity error there.
Okay, I actually have a note on this.
Do you?
I said we never see Wolf put the stone down, which makes it seem heavier. So it's awkward how he does it. He picks it up to throw it at him, and then when Igor comes in, he stops lifting it and kind of holds it awkwardly.
Off to the side a little bit.
And it looks the whole time. It really looks like it has great weight.
Yeah.
But if he were to drop it, I'm guessing it would bounce because I'm assuming it doesn't.
It's like a paper mache.
Yeah, it's like paper. Yeah,
foam or something.
Barely weighs anything.
Yeah.
So I like that about it, that he set it down when he was off screen. I mean, I don't wouldn't call it a continuity error.
I guess
at some point he set it down. We don't hear it hit the ground. I guess so. I don't know. That's what I'm going with.
All right, fine.
Well, it makes it seem heavier.
Sure.
I think that's that could be an intentional thing, right? I mean, we've seen that a million times. Ed Wood movies, nothing weighs anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I don't know.
Well,
Roland V. Lee, credit where due.
Every movie and TV show I see that's current, there's clearly nothing in anybody's cup.
Exactly.
That would it kill you?
That was the last sip.
Would it kill you to put water? I don't know.
Yeah, true.
So there's at least when they set them down, it sounds hollow.
The show Doctor Who had a producer. I'm just looking off into space. In the 80s, who every doctor had to have their own little peccadillos, their own little things, and the fifth doctor, who you may remember, came after Tom Baker. He was Peter Davison, and he had blonde hair, and he dressed up like he was going to play cricket, more or less. But he had a piece of celery on his lapel, and there was a scene where he had to eat celery, and he hated celery. And it's just funny because you watch the scene, and he's eating celery, and then the box set comes out, the DVD comes out, and you see that as soon as the scene ends, he's spitting out all this celery. It just seems
that's Mel Blanc recording Bugs Bunny's dialogue.
Where he's supposed to chew on.
There's two things that he didn't like carrots, or he was allergic to them. So he would do the line, and they tried all kinds of different things. Turnips, celery, nothing had quite the same sound or the right sound as an actual carrot.
Yep.
So he would crunch and chew the carrot and say the line, and
then spit it out immediately after.
Yeah, had a bucket full of carrot chewings sitting next to him.
And yet, nowadays, in our modern times, we just is it because we don't even pretend anymore that people are seriously holding a cup of coffee? We can't give somebody a glass. We can't put any water in it because
I guess I don't know.
I mean, that was one of the things I thought about when Jackie talked about, and I now think about. It was like a couple of weeks ago, minute I believe 82, where they were behaving in a genuine way and they were acting in a genuine way. It was like maybe we have lost something. Is everything just pretend now? So much of the garbage I consume on TV and the movies is really fake looking.
Oh yeah.
Like worse than it used to be.
Well, I think it's because first it's shot on digital, so it's done a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Much more rapidly.
Yeah.
And I think less care is taken with certain things, and and everything is just edit, cut. So quick, and angle. None of it looks planned out or deliberately. I want it to do this for this reason.
Yeah.
I want this shot to be like this for this reason. The other one thing, we watched Wednesday, and there was some of that, but not a lot of it.
Did Tim Burton direct that?
He directed the first 4.
Okay, how many are there?
8.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's very involved then. I thought it was like Tim Burton's, parentheses,
whatever. Yeah.
Ass, but like, did he actually have anything to do with it?
Yeah,
apparently
he developed it and was involved creatively, I think, throughout. And it very much looks like a Tim Burton production.
Sure.
And
well, the Addams Family seems a good match for what he's.
The thing is, he was like, I think 2010. He was going to do a stop motion Addams Family movie.
Okay.
With the characters looking like the Charles Addams drawings. And instead we got the shitty CGI one that I tried to watch and couldn't get more.
It did better than me. I didn't try.
10, 15 minutes into it. I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to have made it.
Actually, now that you say that, a lot of animation can look really good lately. I say lately, in the last 20 years. Some of the Pixar stuff can look really
That
great.
looks good, but like in live action, the CGI stuff is starting to look more and more like shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that last Thor movie, and the first 20 minutes, just looked like shit. Like, I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
They're really trying to get by on the cheap, and I didn't... Like, when they just had the biggest movie of all time, right? That was their big thing. They were really hoping to get over that, whatever, $2 billion mark or whatever it was for Avengers, and then they immediately started cheaping out.
Yeah.
I guess they're producing so much more content now. There's probably a new series of Captain Marvel starting next week on Disney Plus or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, in my opinion, just hand a guy a fake rock and cut away before he puts it down is very effective. I don't need more than that. It's a little easy trick.
Fine. All right.
But we managed to kill 10 minutes.
Yeah, good. All right.
All right, good. Wallace is almost done working out. And we can move on.
Everything is where
Everything
it should
has
be.
its place.
All the arguing back and forth and shouting wakes up Frankenstein.
That's right.
He starts to get up growling and grabs Wolf really awkwardly by the neck with his forearm.
When you say awkwardly, though,
Karloff
it's does a really amazing job.
It's within.
He gets from the floor.
Yeah, leaps to his feet.
Yeah,
and throttles him very quickly.
I mean, I think you know this, but he couldn't bend his knees.
Yeah,
he had these steel braces.
Yeah, that weighed 85 pounds each, and had a steel spine, so he couldn't. Yeah. The stories
he's got like 9,000 pounds of metal in him.
The stories that they still, like I said weeks ago, still get printed.
Yeah, I mean,
watch the goddamn movie.
Who cares,
right?
That's the thing. Like, now I think we've entered a new stage where nothing matters anymore. It isn't just Fox News, but Fox News is a big part of it.
Sure.
But if you believe something, there isn't such a thing as evidence that will dissuade you. Yeah. Your belief is your belief, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
He had steel braces on his legs. Fuck you. What do you know?
Well,
you weren't there. And that's another good one for me. You weren't there. Because I'm a big fan of the Beatles anthology, which the big selling point of that documentary was they got Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr to basically tell their own story. So there's extensive interviews with them. Right. And every episode I watch it, I go, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Because you don't know. Being there really isn't the be-all and end-all.
And,
and so I tell you, you weren't there. How do you know that there were steel braces on his legs?
Because I've watched the movie.
Yeah, well, that helps.
It's pretty obvious that there's
helps, yeah.
Well, and I think, I read a lot. That's no surprise to anybody.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's so easy to self-publish.
True.
And I read 4 books that had Universal Monsters in the title.
Mm-hmm.
And one was like really, really slim and the most pointless thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like a paragraph and a paragraph on each movie.
Oh.
And
why are we not getting in on this?
We should.
We should totally Belong Dead's Guide.
No, it's the Frankenstein Minute Companion.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I've read a bunch of these, and it's just there's errors all the time, and grammatical errors, and punctuation errors, and everything. And then I'm reading Greg Mank's last book, It's written by a real author who's writing a real book, and there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know, and there's footnotes for everything, and everything is backed up with something else.
I was going to say the grammatical errors and stuff like that is an editing issue.
Oh, nobody is editing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There isn't one. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's published by...
But then when you pivot to Mank, I don't know what his grammar is like. It doesn't matter. I would assume it's probably great.
It's very good,
but he also isn't self-editing. He's got an editor.
He's got an editor at McFarlane that is going through it. And
Yeah. But then you talk about things like footnotes. That's just work. That's a guy putting in the work.
Yeah.
He's willing to put in the work. Yeah.
Because he takes it seriously, and he's a serious author.
He's a dinosaur, and he'll die, and then we'll have free reign to make our books.
Self-published crap that...
Yeah, this is going to be great. Belong Dead Publishing.
Here we go. Yeah.
Belong Dead Books.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so...
But it is awkward, but I like it. I like when
No,
Karloff
I'm saying that
grabs
it's... Yeah,
Rathbone.
no.
It's very awkward, yeah.
Yeah, when I said awkward, it suits the character.
It suits the situation.
Yeah. No, I think it works really well. And
Yeah.
it's fucking Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
So what more do you
rarely
want?
complain about Karloff.
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't been accused of Karloff bashing.
Yeah. And Igor...
What did we get accused of bashing, though? Just bashing the movie,
Bulls.
I guess. Well, that's
that
an accusation.
That writes
that's
itself.
Just a fact. Yeah.
No, I mean, even the commentary, the second commentary that they recorded for Frankenstein...
Okay.
On the Blu-ray, the newer one. I forget who it all is, but it's several people. And one of them, Christopher Frayling, probably says, a very dull part for a very dull actor, talking about bulls as...
okay. I thought you were going to correct him. But
that's
very much right.
That's pretty much the consensus.
And well cast, then, in that sense.
Yeah. I mean, it is a thankless role.
Yeah.
And Bowles is clearly out of his element, so...
We'll redo that season once we're done.
We should. And Igor gets him to release Wolf and calms him down as per usual.
Yeah, and that's awkward too. The way Igor steps in and grabs Frankenstein's arm and pulls it off of Wolf's back or whatever. It's awkward, but it's the kind of awkward that I like to see in a movie where you're like, that's how it would go. Yeah. He's a corpse.
Yeah.
He's going to be a little weird, and it's going to be weird.
It's like fights.
Actually, you got most of the people in this scene are dead.
Yeah, it's like
It's the place of the dead.
They're all dead here.
Yep.
It's fight scenes in movies. I don't buy them ever because they're so choreographed, and everybody's doing these roundhouse kicks and floating through the air. And there's a movie with Jackie Gleason and Steve McQueen called Soldier in the Rain.
Okay.
And there's a fight in there that looks to me like a real fight.
Okay.
Because nobody knows what the other guy's doing.
Right.
They're not like ducking as they swing a punch, and it looks like a fight would look, and fights I've seen in real life, how they look.
Yeah.
I hate fight scenes in movies. They look ludicrous to me. They're dancing. They're not fighting.
From the sound of it, I'm only 75% of the way to where you are, but mostly, most fights I see in movies. I feel the same way.
It's all the wire
but I think there are.
That's
garbage,
true. And they run up the wall and flip over, and
but to me, like the Bourne.
I'll buy Donald O'Connor doing that in Singing in the Rain.
Well, there you go.
But in a fight
he's not wearing a wire.
No, he's not. But in a fight that's supposed to be spontaneous, fuck you. That looks ridiculous.
Do you like the Bourne movies?
They're okay.
Like the first Bourne movie in particular, but all of them. I think they all have good fights. But the first one in particular, that was like and that director got fired. I shouldn't say he got fired. He made that one, and then they immediately switched to a different guy who made the rest of them, which is unfortunate because the first one I think has the most of this. That real sense.
Yes.
And that was the thing that was a big deal when it came out, was he picks up a magazine off the table and starts hitting him with that.
Yeah.
He picks up a pen and stabs him in the hand.
Yeah.
It's like this exists in a real world.
Right.
They spend time wrestling against a window that has the blinds down and you can hear them. It's just messy. Life is messy.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not all beautifully choreographed.
And that's what's happening here. Igor getting that arm off of is messy.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah, it works great.
It's real. Lobo would face that every day.
That's actually what I'm saying.
Actually, not.
That's a very good reference.
Yeah. And, Wolf gets all flustered and makes a typical Wolf retreat.
Yeah. So when I first saw this minute, my first thought about the because then it fades.
It lap dissolves to the angry mob.
To the angry mob. So when that first happened, I was gonna say they linger too long on that shot. It lasts a bit too long, and it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work unless Rathbone walks out.
Exits the shot.
Yeah, you wouldn't fade with him still there. It wouldn't make any sense.
No, I mean,
so
the
problem was with the direction on the day.
Yeah, you should have.
He should have left sooner. It's weird when he does that. Yeah. It's not that bad, but it is a little weird because you've got three guys kind of crammed together.
Yeah.
It's like the window scene all over again.
Yep.
You got three guys within 2 feet of each other, it seems like, and they're staring each other down. And Rathbone looks weird because he's trying to act scared, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, for the second time, the Frankenstein almost choked him, so...
Yeah, I suppose.
He is a big, burly, uncontrollable...
Well, what I get out of it is that he's looking at Igor. Like, Igor has laid down the law, and he needs to go because this situation's and this is probably true, the situation's out of control. Mm-hmm. He had it under control with that rock in his hand. This was going to be great.
Yeah,
that's kind of the story of Wolf.
Of Wolf, yeah.
I'm going to take care... Oh, shoot. Somebody's fucking up my brilliant plan.
The brilliant scheme is not going to play out.
Foiled again.
Yep.
Okay.
And we lap dissolve to the angry mob.
What are they doing this time?
They're surging towards the wall, and the gendarmes are actually managing to push them back a little bit.
Okay.
I don't see Ward Bond in this particular section yet, so I'm not sure if he's there or not.
Okay.
So there we are. That's what I got.
Excellent.
That's minute 84.
I don't have any questions.
No.
Should we go to the phones?
Yeah. Nobody on the line.
Phones
are
dead. Did you hear that?
Did you hear that, Vetus? Even the phone is dead. That is one of my favorite lines of all time.
That is a great one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines from that film is, "You lose, Vetus."
Because it's so obviously...
It's like nobody...
Yeah.
Like, can you do Boris Karloff? No. You're hired.
Yeah, you're the one. There's also... Lugosi has a line that's dubbed, too, that's very clearly not him.
Oh, really?
I never noticed and I've read that they're both done by Edgar Ulmer, the director.
Okay.
And I'd buy that, sure.
Because, like I said, he doesn't sound like Boris Karloff.
No, not even close.
You lose, Vetus.
You sounded more...
How'd that sound?
You sounded more like Karloff than the line in the film does, so...